Hi, so in this short video I'm going to teach you how to put together the FlexiSpot desk, how it works, how quick and easy it is, and hopefully will make the process much easier for you if you have bought one of these desks. If not, then you can check out my link and my review of the desk itself in one of my other videos. The link is below. Now I like to lay all parts out so I can be clear what I have and work out how they fit together. The screws and bolts are all neatly segmented and labelled in a plastic bag, which is very helpful. First thing is to attach the feet to the legs via the bolts and provided Allen key. This is the larger of the two in the bag. The best method is to turn upside down, line up a hole and loosely screw in by hand, then repeat for the diagonal hole. Once these are hand tightened, you can drop the other two in and then tighten by hand with the Allen key. Do not stress them in, just enough force equal to opening a pickle jar. Repeat the same for leg 2 and then we are set to join the legs up with the centre arm. Now the top of each leg is marked left or right, but the easiest way to see is the leg with the motor attached is on your right hand side while looking at the desk from the front, and the motor will be on the inside. The centre bar can be extended by removing the two retaining nuts and sliding out from the left side. Be careful here to keep the inner plastic bungs in place, as you will bolt through these to the tops of the legs. Now as before, drop your bolts in and hand tighten until stable, then repeat for the other side. Leave the bolts out for the width for now, as we will need to adjust it. Grab the spindle arm that is the silver rod sticking out and connect it into the hex bar into the open hole on the left leg. The right side will have a plastic socket that will be countersunk into each other. Turn the motor arm towards you if you need to line this up, but only by a small amount. You may need to push the legs apart again to get this into place, and this is why I said leave the retaining bolts out. Now once in place on both sides, leave the tightening nuts open on the left side for now, as we will still need to adjust it further. As you see here, the legs can be pushed wider. Just hold the thinner left side in place so it stays sunken into the hole to spin the mechanism when needed. Now we need to attach the desktop itself, which, depending on the one you picked from white, wood, effect or black, we will need to align up to the pre-drilled holes on the underside of this. Also note the 3 holes at the front, which need to face forward and on your right hand side near the motor for the control panel to attach. You can flip upside down here, which may be easy for some, but I prefer to place on top in the standing position and then screw it from underneath. Again, tips: hand tighten here with a screwdriver, as a powered drill can easily exceed the force required. Push through the rubber bungs and line up to the holes. You can choose 2 levels from 3 holes in each section. You only need 2. Loosely screw in 1 on the left front, then repeat for 1 on the right back. This will ensure everything is even and lined up. Again, you may just need to shift the width of the centre arm to ensure everything is in place. Once you have a screw in either side, we can tighten the spindle nut using the supplied spanner. This needs to be just a few threads visible on the bar and not over tightened. When happy, we can put the 2 retaining nuts back into the centre arm, which will leave the structure steady. Now the final piece comes with a control panel, which just lines up to the prep holes at the front, as I just mentioned. With a screwdriver, tighten them up against the holes, and when almost flush, hold the panel and tighten the last bit so it is flush to the desktop. Then grab the power unit. This is the only time you may need a drill. Place it somewhere in the middle, flush with the centre arm, and drill in or hand screw one side with the provided screws and then the other. This will be done so the control on a 6-pin motor connector is on your right hand side facing the motor, and the figure 8 plug lead is on the left side. Now finally attach the metal sheath that covers the motor spindle, line up the holes to pop the retaining bolts through, and screw in with the 2 small provided bolts. Screw in your last 2 holes on the left and right sides of the desk, plug in your control motor and power cables, allowing for the height change from the plug side. You are now then good to go for donning your desktop with screen, keyboard and more as needed. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful and certainly highlighted how simple it is to put together this great desk. If you want to check out my review and are interested in it, then please check out the link below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys and girls on the next one.